just do one of my stupid intros. He was like, "You need a better intro for your show."
I did. I told him he needs like a montage or something. Just like
I should probably turn off the fan.
I mean, last time we were on here, we didn't even know he was starting it, but he started it.
Good.
When I
said it was started.
That keeps it authentic.
I was like this. It was like, Juan, you have to turn off your phone. I was like, I'll reset it. And then he just kept his phone going.
I didn't even know. I started talking about him being at church and everything, and yeah.
Well, it's because you don't pay attention.
Not true.
Well, we are rolling now. So, welcome, 10 Kicks. You guys go ahead and introduce yourselves. Stanley, why don't you go and start first?
Stanley Phan, owner of 10 Kicks. Yeah,
10 Kicks Seattle.
Seattle.
How long you guys been there?
We've been in the new spot for about 2.5, 3 years now. We were in U District before. Now we're off of Aurora. Yeah, so, and I think we just celebrated our 8-year anniversary.
That's awesome.
So go figure.
You just mentioned that.
Yeah. So, right.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm Lorren Dullum. I'm another one of the owners at 10 Kicks. I fight professionally and I clean the gym.
Professional. One of those things when you're owner.
Yeah.
It's like everything from CEO to janitor.
Mostly the janitor.
It happens. Everybody knows this guy.
Yeah.
You got to do it again. You got Ninja Turtle cupcake stuff all over your face.
I know. I was just saving it for later, guys. Like,
It's in his teeth.
all right, my name is Johnson Nasona, and I am not an owner of 10 Kicks, but I'm just the guy that's there that does not know the schedule at all. And yeah, I'm just always happy to be back here on the show.
Yep.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say I appreciate you guys coming on. I know there's always like every time I'm scheduling people, I'm like, when are we gonna fit this in? Because we're always so busy.
So much going on.
And when you do more than just like one person, it takes a lot to get everyone together. So I appreciate you
scheduling
guys
is a challenge,
Yeah,
right?
thanks
So
for having us.
Appreciate. Yeah, thanks for having us. Thanks for being so flexible with the the timing and stuff. So
It's easy when I shoot out of my garage.
it's dope.
Yeah. Well, so Cole fought last night on War.
Mm-hmm.
How'd that go?
It went well. It went well. You know, he had a game plan that he followed roughly. You know, there's always things. The fight always changes things, right? So being able
In
to
real time.
being able to adjust real time is an important thing that we try to emulate in the gym. So he did exceptionally well. We looked like a professional, which is important. You know, looking like you belong is an important thing. You know, putting on a show, another important thing. You put on a good show, right? So make sure that people that spend their money to watch that shit, they actually get what they pay for, which is important, right?
Keeps the interest in the sport.
Absolutely, right. So we are entertainers. Above all else, we are. We got to earn our keep, right?
It's kind of weird the way you say we're entertainers because it's gone that way when it used to not be that way at all.
Yeah, it's not, right? But
Like that was kind of shunned.
It was.
Like, just get in there and fight. Don't worry about all that shit. Now it's like you got to have a walkout, but it's a lot of fun too.
It is. I mean, if you look at it from that perspective, you got to shift the way you look at it, right? And some people are like, I just want to fight. I don't care. Like, they don't realize that, especially if you're getting paid, it changes the game if you're getting paid for it, right? Then you have, unfortunately, more obligations now if you're getting paid for it.
100%. And especially like wanting to put on the show so that the promotion wants you back.
Yeah.
So I know Landon does a good job up at doing the war.
Yeah, he does.
kickboxing.
Puts on a good show. Right? The casino's nice. He's got a good setup. He's continuing to grow it and organize things to make it a little bit better each time for the fighters. So Johnson had a great showing on it. Lorren also. It's like. It's a good little. It's a good event.
Yeah.
Right? It's a good show, which is nice. So primarily kickboxing, also for.
That's harder to come by now. Like a pro kickboxing up here. So it's a good opportunity.
I didn't even know there was such a thing until I fought on this card.
I don't think there's any other. I think theirs is it.
That's why when I was like. When we had Juan up there and I saw you there, I was like, oh, it's been a while. Because then you fought in that, but it was MMA on that, right?
No, that was about kickboxing.
Yeah.
That was kickboxing?
Yeah, that was a fun one. I mean, I love kickboxing. That's like...
the little puffy gloves?
Yeah, it's not MMA gloves, so you're not really concerned at all, and you just like go out there, have fun, try some new things.
Now, there are people that would disagree with that. Like, okay, these gloves...
I mean, it's like hard sparring. I mean, you just go out there and you test your skills. You try some of the new things that you've been practicing in the gym.
That comes with the territory of experience, right? This fool,
Some people
this fool
practice
has
more
more
than others.
experience than others. So, like someone's pro debut versus, their...
More like you can't touch me well enough to actually hurt me with these gloves.
He just goes out and just flying shit right off the bat. So
Pretty
Flying
acrobatic.
kicks, knees.
So Cole did very well,
Good.
Expectations were high, but he dealt with the pressure. He was relaxed and calm, which is important, and there's always things to go back and kind of restructure a smidge, right? So there's game plans, and then they need to evolve, and the fighter of course should evolve. If they're not, then
Yeah. Well, you can't. I always thought like you can't put on the same exact performance twice. People are going to pick up on too many things.
Oh, for
from
sure.
The first
Yeah.
time, so.
I don't even
Absolutely.
know how that's possible. I mean, it has happened a lot, but like,
Yeah, but you're a little uncanny. I kept saying that. It's like he's like, oh no, I just eat whatever I want and then go sprint all wild.
It'll hit him.
This is
Where's
yeah.
the camera?
His is there. Mine's right above.
It'll fucking hit him. I want this.
we're
like,
counting down the days.
right? It'll fucking and
every time I show up to train, they're like, watch when you get older. I'm like, come on, man.
He doesn't
I
know.
got African genes.
He
It's
doesn't
not going to hit him until he's 60, but it'll hit him.
It'll fucking hit him, dude. I don't care if it hits him at fucking 85,
Yeah.
but it's gonna fucking hit him. Right?
Like 53, you're like, I slept in today.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck, finally. I might get an edge. I'm like, well, I'm 64, but still.
Not because I'm sore, it's just I chose to sleep in.
Okay. I've got it on video of you being tired. There's 2 days, maybe every 6 months, where before he starts fight camp, where he actually looks human. And I have a video of him just being like, and then as soon as he realizes on video, he just like, there's nothing.
That's actually what's that thing they call staged. So
He's like,
Funny you say that because like when I was in high school, we had I went to Spanaway Lake and we had like it was like the strength and conditioning coach from like the football team or whatever came down, did a little thing, and he was like, if you guys ever make it there, don't ever show me you're tired. And he's like, I don't care if you're about to throw up how tired you are. He's like I could tell when you're giving into it and could tell when you're pushing through it.
Yeah.
And so, and as a coach now I see that. I'm
Words of wisdom.
Yeah. And it's like that's developed. That's not something that's going to just happen. You know what I mean? So you're going to have to break those barriers, like I said.
So I appreciate everyone that has gotten some rounds with Cole, and every little bit helps. Juan, great. He came down. We came up. Like, obviously Johnson. So and anyone that I'm missing and didn't get to thank. So it was a great performance, and appreciate all the help, the outside help. So it takes a village, right? That's what they say.
That's what I always say too.
Absolutely.
Well, you can't. Nobody's done this on their own. Even the people that think they can, like, they don't go very far. A lot of obstacles. They stay in street bees, things like that.
Man, that's crazy, dude.
I don't dislike the people that do it. I think it's just go to a real gym.
Yeah.
Do real competition. I saw like Demetrius Johnson did that video.
Yeah.
I can't remember. He dropped one of their guys, and it goes off. And he's like, "This is gonna fucking hate this clown shit." And I was like, "Thank you." I say this all the time.
It's so good.
I don't think any real fighter, anybody goes to a real gym, can't appreciate that. You know, it's, but then
That's fun to watch.
yeah, and it cheapens our sport.
It does, unfortunately.
there's definitely levels to all of this.
Yeah.
And that brings down our level and I wouldn't say it does, but then it brings out this different perspective that people view fighting as. It's like when I grew up, it's WWE, and I thought that was weird. I was so heartbroken when I figured out.
Was that like last year?
Yeah.
Damn.
Traumatized.
I don't even know who the names are anymore.
Matt Hardy? Come on, man.
I know the old names.
Yeah, I don't know
I don't know anybody.
Doink the Clown.
I don't know any of that stuff, man.
Just know the big ones like Hulk Hogan. He's
Yeah,
dead now.
Yeah.
I know the big ones,
Stuff like that.
The Big Show.
I don't know.
That's
who
a
that
little
is
Big
now.
Show.
He was a big guy. I remember that.
Guy.
Yeah. No.
I don't know.
Unfamiliar.
Different territory.
I only know the fighters.
Yeah, that's the way it should be. I know the old movies that are fake, but I knew they were fake.
I didn't.
Rocky.
Don't tell
Yeah.
him.
I grew up on Chuck Norris on walkie-talkie Texas Ranger.
No, that's real. Don't worry.
That makes complete sense.
I grew up watching that.
Fucking for that.
Explains
Does that
so
make
much.
sense?
Oh my god.
When I found out it was on Hulu again, I started watching
Oh my
that.
god.
That totally makes sense, dude.
Yeah, this does explain a lot.
Oh, that's great.
Have you guys seen Jackie Chan? They had this one episode on testing his abilities to catch. It's like they had this little contraption set up where it drops things. He's unable to catch it, but he can still kick up 8 people around him. I'm so proud of him. That is my idol from childhood right there.
I'm a Ninja Turtles fan, and he was Master Splinter, the new one.
I saw.
Oh, yeah, I got
saw
my-
that stuff. That's dope, dude. That's cool.
The new one, he's fucking hilarious as Master Splinter, Jackie Chan.
It's the anime one, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the one, or it's the one Seth Rogen did.
Yeah.
It's funny as
It
fuck.
existed. What?
It's just like a year or two old.
Yeah.
It's fucking hilarious.
That's really good.
Yeah. But
I've
Jackie
seen
Chan
that.
does a good job. But so you got a fight coming up.
Yeah, I do.
You almost forgot for a second. You're like, do I?
I mean, we literally talked about this like 15 minutes ago or 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, but not on camera.
No, it's the same aspect. But
It's really not.
yeah, the 20th of next month,
September.
September, Friday at Tulare Casino. It's gonna be an awesome show.
Koga.
Koga?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Koga.
We're just like, okay, let's hear. I'm helping him out a little bit.
Like I've said on the previous shows, like when I have a fight locked in or a fight set up, there's no point in me thinking about it. Like it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
What's the point of me wasting my
Koga.
energy? I need to manifest a weight cut.
People think he's talking shit when he says that. I'm like, no, he's literally not thinking about it. He's just.
Oh, I bet. So
Yeah.
he was just like, wait, yeah.
It's, like, it's not a bit. Like he's just like.
Koga. Joe.
Yep.
Joe
Yep.
Rabio. It's on a good show also.
Yep.
You know,
really good
good
show.
event. So
I unfortunately won't be there that night because we have somebody matched for the All City fight card.
yeah, we might be splitting duties or all city
Okay.
also. Yeah.
Cool.
So one of us might see you there as well.
We got a junior girl fighting on
Nice.
that, so she's really good.
Awesome. Cool.
Is it that one that you were sparring with?
Head kick me. She's sneaky. Well, after I talked to her about it, she's like, "Oh, my old school, we didn't really practice low kicks." I'm like, "Really? Well, we're a low kick school." So, and she's like, "Yeah, we throw mostly body kicks and head kicks." Is like, "I know, because you head kicked me." She set it up with the body kick, and I was like, "All right, I'm just gonna loosely cover this body kick and sweep and pull." Oh no!
Thank you.
And it was like right here to where I couldn't even adjust. I'm like, I should have hit my head.
That's beautiful.
And I was like, don't worry, I'll clip that. And then I proceeded to fucking whip her ass. Like, I have it on camera, but I was like, I'm not going to post this. Like, I swept her really hard. Little brat. Well, like, Juan's
Setting the
like,
tone.
I would have posted it. I was like, I know. That's
a good impression.
He's a little fucking.
That's a good impression.
That's a
of
really
one.
good
Yeah.
impression.
I deal with him every day. Almost.
One.
It's like when the new student thinks he got you.
Yeah.
Funny, dude.
He's funny, dude, though.
Oh,
It's good that he comes up to you guys like when he came. He doesn't give us enough notice as a team. He'll be like,
it's difficult.
"Oh
right?
yeah, tomorrow."
Yeah.
We're like, and it's like the close of class tomorrow. If you want to spar at 10 kicks, everyone's just like wrecked from just sparring. Like,
That's the hard part, right? It's like scheduling, and then on top of the scheduling, your own training, and on top of your own training, the communication to go and cross train with other people. It's like, dude,
it gets worse and
difficult.
worse the
Yeah.
more and more people
Yeah,
you go
of
through.
course, right? So it takes a lot of time, a lot of planning. So that's why we're so appreciative, and we try to make that trip a lot too, right? So
Yeah.
it shouldn't be just one way. So we don't want to be jerks about that shit, right?
For sure,
So,
for sure. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
we're wide open.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or for the most part, and we can make adjustments
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
So
on our side too, for sure.
yeah, I'm usually there on Tuesdays and Thursdays when we teach, because Juan does sparring Tuesday and Thursday. My class is right before. But Mondays and Wednesdays, Fridays, we can
Yeah.
always, Saturday, Sunday, can always make something happen.
Yeah, we'll figure out schedules down the road and see if we can make something a little bit more consistent happen, which would be nice. So that would be beneficial for everybody.
Really good.
So yeah.
Definitely.
And then she's
I
fighting.
was just gonna say, what do you got coming up?
4 weeks out, September 6th for FCFF at the Roseland Theater in Portland.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
I've never even heard of that promotion. What is it?
FCFF. Yeah, I fought
okay.
for them once as an
acronyms.
amateur.
I lost.
I
So many fight shows too.
Yeah.
Can we come up with?
I don't even remember what it stands for.
What's your
Federation
opponent's
of
name?
Fighting.
Jenna Williams. I think she's in Arizona right now, but she's originally from the area.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then she's back on it 3 weeks after that.
Yeah.
So we're pulling double duty.
It's going to be a very busy September.
That's good though.
Yeah.
Trying to be active.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, a friend of mine recently said this to me. It's like, if they're looking to do this and the scenarios are correct, why not take the opportunity,
Yeah.
Yep.
right?
Are you for real? If you're serious about the
right.
sport.
But as long as we, it's due diligence, right? As long as we're in a position where we can control the situation a smidge, why not? Why not jump at the opportunities to be a little more active?
Yeah.
I think that's why Thai fighters are so successful, right? It's because they have exposure to the constant ability to practice, like in real time with real outcomes.
Yeah.
Right. And it's not just always in the gym, right? I think we do a little awkward here where we make a fight like a spectacle.
We treat it like it's Western boxing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's
instead of like Thai.
I mean, don't
consistency.
get me wrong. It's a big deal, right?
It should be.
But is it?
Well, I mean, it's definitely a different culture because if you look at the rest of the world, they don't spar like the Thais.
No, they don't.
The rest of the world goes pretty hard.
hard,
yeah.
I was in
They're
Holland.
fighting.
They spar hard.
They hard. They go hard,
Look
man.
at Japan. They go hard.
Go super fucking hard
Yeah,
there,
they
dude.
don't fuck around. And so like you go to Thailand and they're like,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh, you spar too hard. I'm not sparring. You're like, what are you talking about?
You know, so it's a lot of culture shock for fighters when they end up there. They don't understand that you can learn just as much without the same output,
Right.
Without the same intensity.
The same damage.
Yeah.
And being
Yeah.
able to fight consistently because you don't incur so much damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to weave some of this shit in,
Yeah.
just so we can be a little more active, a little bit more real time, like
That's
proper
good.
growth, without leaving it all in the gym.
Well, and I hate the gym culture that's like that because how many fights get dropped because of the fact
It's
that
difficult, man.
Meeting all the time.
Yeah, all the time.
And we've done mostly. I mean, we've switched to mostly play sparring now at this point.
We
like,
have. I mean,
that's
don't get me wrong.
The bulk of it.
I've made bad decisions also with like timing and sparring, as everyone does, right? It's like, and we're not immune to that shit, but recognizing that we are and trying to adjust a smidge.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So, we don't want to.
we all try to make adjustments. We're constantly making those adjustments for our students at the gyms. So there's a fucking fly flying.
My ADHD was like, "Oh, fly!"
I was telling him like anytime we open the garage door, it just happens
Right away.
Fuck. But you're just gonna have to use your fancy editing software.
Yeah.
I'll do my best.
Stanley's gonna just catch it out of the air. Don't worry.
Do it.
Have it turn into a lightning bolt.
How long have you been there training and there at the gym?
So I've been
At Vital.
I started back in 2011. So I was,
2011.
I've
Oh,
been
wow.
there. So I started with Crew Jones in like April.
Yeah.
And I just met up with the fighters that were already working at LA Fitness.
Yeah.
But it was important because as soon as I met him, he's just like, "We're fighters. It's not like a hobby. It's like come check
okay.
out the gym. It's not that bad." And they're like, "No, he's got to fight. He's got to fight. He's got to fight. This is fight training, fight camp. This is how we do it." We're at a fight gym. Marcelo Alonso, they had just moved from the Canyon Road School to the fight spot, or within a few months. And right after that, Master Sauhin started in like September, and that's right when I started at the gym.
Right.
So I was doing drop-ins and stuff with Crew Jones, but basically day one, walked in, he was like, "You need to get him on the fighter's contract because he's going to be fighting like a month or two." And so like 5 weeks later, I did my first smoker at West Coast and kept going.
Is that scope still the same, or has it evolved more into like
What do you mean?
like recreational people training recreationally, hobbyists,
A lot
and
more.
fighters, right? Has that evolved?
Because you've seen how would I say this? How, I don't want to say commercialized, but how well known the sport is. It's everywhere. And not only that, but like Muay Thai specifically, because we're a Muay Thai and a BJJ school. We dabble with the MMA, but it's not as much as it used to be. It used to be mainly MMA.
Right.
But being that more and more people know what Muay Thai is, like, oh, I'm going to come in, and I think I don't want to say it's gone the way of, because you look at the way that karate went, the way that Taekwondo went, it's all high level competition, and then more and more Americanization comes in, and it's like, oh, now we can get the little kids in here, and you know, a lot of things like, not that it's bad, but it definitely brings the capitalist kind of approach to it. Like, I'm out there making money, not like a Thai approach or something to where like you're coming from the streets or how you're gonna make money. But a ton of hobbyists, but it's not bad. And our jiu-jitsu side has grown exponentially, specifically because it's not necessarily a hobbyist thing, but you could tell when the ones that don't want to do striking, they don't want to get hit.
For sure.
So I think we kind of gear more towards that, or the ones that don't want to start sparring kind of get left behind because they don't develop proper little habits and stuff. So then they start and their reactions aren't good, or their stances.
Real-time skill,
But watching it go from a roster of high-level fighters to like maybe one or two hobbyists that aren't going to make it that long, realistically, to now being like 6 or 8 fighters, you know, mid to growing to a high level, and like probably double that in hobbyists. And like we just did our belting ceremony, essentially what it is, from Muay Thai yesterday. It's unique to Master Stanley, and we do the prajats, but they're colored the same way that your belting system is. And that's very unique to him. It's his system, but it's Americanized. Because in, you know, Thai culture, they don't do that. So it's a way to show progress. It's a way, you know, to help Americans definitely see, like, okay, I'm getting something that I'm getting what I'm paying for.
Right.
But it's not the pure that I have at heart, and that's why I love coaching. I love coaching from the fundamental standpoint, because I get to see those day one people that really have that in them. And then I also get to cater to the people that don't, and I get to learn from it. And also coach the fight team. So I'm like, all right, it's time to go. So, you know, everybody from, you know, Juan essentially, and when Darren was with us, all the way down to like our day one guys trying to get into their first smoker. So, and we usually do start them at West Coast because we can dial it down to just the work.
It's a great control for them.
Mine wasn't. My first time we were going at it. I thought my first smoker was with RJ Hoyt from but he's a lot shorter, so it was like I wasn't even gonna fight. But they were like, they didn't match me. And then Crew Jones went up and he was like, he sold some tickets tonight. And so RJ was just getting there. I'm down to fight. So it was like a 40-pound discrepancy.
Of course.
So, but it was fun. You know what I mean? We were both happy about it. I'm going to try to get him on the show too.
That's cool.
But it's fun watching. So to your point, like growing in the sport, like he's still fighting professionally, locally. I've turned into a coach. So like watching people grow from the early fight stages to now, people that have stayed in the sport, like that always means a lot to me, because I get to look at the people that came before me and talk about the exact same thing, building our own kind of version of that community.
Next step, owning a gym?
Not yet.
So you get to clean so much.
Well, they're like, oh, you'll eventually inherit the Muay Thai program at our gym, and I'm like, okay. I don't know what the future. I thought about it. Let's say that. I've definitely thought about it. I've looked around at rents and how many students, blah blah blah. And I'm like, no, not yet. Not yet. Like maybe one day, if it's like serendipitous, the way everything else kind of has
when it falls together. Right. So,
but how do you like the ups and downs of owning?
It's horrible. I don't,
especially in Seattle.
I don't recommend
Aurora.
it to anybody. I don't recommend it to anybody.
No?
I mean, it needs. You have to understand the balance between like is it a business or is it a labor of love?
Yes.
Right?
It's unfortunately both.
Right.
And they don't blend well.
The problem is there it's both and they don't play well together. You know? So, you know, how do you keep retention high and still deliver a good product on top of managing however many people you have there, right? Keeping the peace.
Yeah.
Right? You know, so that's why we really, and I try to make this clear to everyone, we really try to adopt like the Switzerland mentality. We are neutral territory.
Yeah.
I don't care where you're from. I don't care what you're doing. I don't care the issues you had prior. And I try to make sure that when people are, at least in our space, right, we're only talking about fighting. That's it. Just anything else, just leave it. And food.
Or food.
Right?
All day.
Right. But if food pertains to weight cutting pertains to fighting, right? So if I can draw a direct line back to fighting, like,
But like leaving out the politics, leaving out
trying to, you know?
even just the politics of talking about I came from another school, and there's this that happens.
It's difficult. You know?
That's where you have to. Sometimes you have to draw the line.
A lot of people are very territorial,
Oh man.
Yeah.
right?
Oh yeah.
Nice word for it.
So it's, you know,
It's a kind way to put it.
Yeah.
managing it is like, you know, it's a job all in itself.
It's personnel management in a lot of
You
ways.
know, so making sure all those things for that each day is different for that specific day fucking meld well together, right? So it's difficult. It's a lot of work. You don't get paid enough as you should get paid, right? You know, you really have to figure out, like, you know, if it's something that, you know, you have the capacity and the bandwidth to do, right? It requires a lot of attention, and you know, it's also the only job I know where you unintentionally have to continue to prove yourself, because other people will always find a way to question if you know what you're doing or not.
Yeah. And such a weird dynamic.
It is, right? And I really think it needs to come to a point where, like, coaches, gym owners should be able to fire people as well.
Oh, 100%.
And I think that we're too tied to this, like, dynamic where, you know, we have to prove ourselves, right? Where it's hard because everyone has their own, right? And then there's social media, and then there's, you know, there's the ability to continually educate yourself.
Yes.
Right? Which is awesome. The problem is a lot of people they'll continually educate themselves without direction or a focal point.
Oh, so bad. Yeah.
And then they come in and they're like, what do you think about this? And you're like, what the fuck does that have to do with anything that you're doing? Like, what does that have to do with anything you're doing?
I hate people that always say they bring in like the science, like, oh, I got the whoop strap. Like, your footwork is incorrect every time. Like, I don't care about your heart rate. Like, do the job right, and we can scale it. If you're doing it like this guy, like you know, your higher level,
we'll graduate to it. We'll get to it.
We have kids that come in and want to do, like, I want to do this flying, jumping technique, or I want to work on this. I'm like, dude, I just want you to keep your hands up. Like, that's literally all I'm asking you to do.
I've got, like, that is me in a nutshell. I love the ones that come in, they're like super gung ho, and they get the brand new Fairtex gear or the Boone gear or something, and I'm like, 2 weeks in, I'm like, get some cheaper gear, get some stuff, like, graduate to that, like you said, you know.
Slow
but
graduation process.
They want to they want to be that before they're ready
instant
to be
gratification, right?
Yeah,
that's
Instagram gratification.
Instant gratification, right? So, but, you know, with all of that said, it is rewarding, like, you know, this guy making a turnaround, right? Never thinking that she was going to fight professionally to now in a position where she is and can continue to grow. Someone whose first idea of fighting was what Joe Rogan was said to finally understanding that it's more, that there's depth to fighting, and it's not just, you know, it's not just all smoking weed and fucking, you know, talking about it. And then having his first professional fight, thinking he's never, you know, there are things that, you know, magnify the success, how you can feel successful in the business. There are things, right?
Oh yeah, it doesn't have to just be winning championships.
It doesn't, you know, right? So I think scale is important, you know, knowing what the wins and the losses are for you when you're running a gym, and then making sure that your metrics match that shit and you're not overly emotional about shit. So with that, when I think of it in those terms, and I'm able to remind myself daily that, you can't really measure the good things just by seeing them, right? I can't see it, right? And I can't measure how good it actually is.
Yeah, just because it's not a good thing in front of your face.
It's not a good thing in front. Exactly.
You got to dig down and find the win.
Exactly. Yeah. All right. Then it's good, and you always are your worst critic.
Oh yeah.
Right. So you measure yourself by those weird successes, right? So sometimes your scales are fucking wonky. One person will do something that doesn't necessarily tip the scale in the right direction, but yet you have multiple things that have made the scale already exponentially better. But that one thing will be like, whoop, and then weigh the whole thing down.
It's like an injury. It's like something that's like, oh shit, like this is just temporary, it's hurt, it's blah, blah, blah. But it's standing right the fuck out at you.
So, definitely. The injury makes you feel like, fuck, I can't do something, when sometimes maybe it's the rest you need. Right? Maybe
I don't want to hear that.
Right? Maybe you not doing something gives you the ability to watch and then, pick up something from, a perspective where you're not in the trenches, but you're outside looking into it. So
exactly.
So it's a lot of emotional and mental management.
And control.
So the ability to control what makes you happy, but then allowing other people to do the things that they need to do.
Or controlling what gets in to make you upset.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I always say there's a guy named Jim Rohn. He's an old motivational speaker. One of my favorite quotes ever is, it says, "Stand guard at the door of your mind."
Oh yeah.
And that's what it's like. That negative energy is going to creep in, and you like the negative people, the politics, the outside. That's why when you draw that line and then you hold that standard, and people start trying to mess with it, and then you just hold the line, they bounce back, they go off, they go somewhere else.
Absolutely.
Or
that's
hopefully.
good. Hopefully, So, and it's good. You have people in place that remind you, which is important. Like it's fucking not a solo fucking thing, dude.
Oh no. I'm always talking to, because Brian Jones Jr. Jones. He's very. He's funny to me because he's like, oh, I gotta go here, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. I'm like, is it as hard as when you used to fight? It's not as bad, right? I'm like, you just gotta go to the post office. You know what I mean? Like, it's not that bad. Well, yeah, but I got to do the post office and 19 other things. I'm like, you get to do, like, you just frame it. And he's like, I always look to you for that balance, man. He's like, I can't. He's like, I get all fired up and focus on the thing that's at hand. And it's like, no, you'll be all right. But I'm also the one that's just kind of chilling. I'm like, I don't care. So, but yeah, we have that same dynamic. And I always say, when you kind of perpetuate a lifestyle or a sort of culture at your gym, your other leaders will perpetuate that and develop leaders below them, stuff like that, develop that kind of hierarchy. And hopefully the ones that show up and don't know any better either adjust very quick or work their way out.
Work their way out,
And I hate saying like work your anybody that doesn't,
it's just
like, fighting's not for everybody.
Definitely not.
Being a cashier is not for everybody. Working out at LA Fitness ain't for everybody. Like you just got to find what's right for you. And I know we all are very grateful that we found martial arts and combat sports for ourselves.
Absolutely.
I would be doing nothing good right now.
Very true.
At the very least, my health would be
nothing fucking good, dude. Nothing good, man. Very fucking cheers to that, homie. Cheers to that.
I've been doing great. I don't know what you're talking about.
Cheers.
But I will say, the challenges that come up. So like challenges, coaching, owning a gym, fighting, everything that comes up, it kind of builds us all like as a community. That's like the strength of understanding each other, even if like I've never sparred you. I've sparred you, but I'm just saying, like, you understand where people are coming from because of the fact you don't get to us even like past a beginner's level without having that depth. And I always say, people are paying money to come to me to learn certain things. People at a day job are going there to earn their money, to go spend it as they please, or however they have to. So definitely a different dynamic, but being that I earn a living doing that, that's why I take it so seriously. And when I first started fighting, I always looked at my job as like I was a fighter with a day job, but I was working at Winco as a meat cutter, so it was like a really good fucking job. But I'm still like, oh, this is just whatever.
Right.
Didn't appreciate it until like I went into I did eventually went into management and all that. And I think my management background helps with the fighting, because like very specific. And Winco management, they basically like teach you, like they educate you through Winco. Like I had to go online through like Western New Mexico University, but it's actually like a higher level management system. It's not like Safeway. I was making 95 a year. So like they make good money at Winco.
That's pretty good.
Store managers make like 130 a year.
Wow.
So it's like impressive. You're like, damn, no wonder you dress like that. But it definitely prepared me for personal management, like person to person, because everybody's got a fucking problem.
Oh, for sure.
You know, and they're like, I don't like the way Johnson filled up the bread, you know, and that shit happens. And it's like, well, you both work here.
Yeah.
And that's the neutrality, like staying in the middle. Like, guess what? Unless one of y'all's gonna quit,
Peace.
you know, you gotta do your job,
Figure your shit out,
and
keep
we
the
will
peace.
pay you, or break that contract. It's like, but you know, you gotta finesse people. Like I remember this one lady, she was like, I want to work the 4 a.m. to noon shift. I'm like, and she works at customer service. I'm like, just a cush job.
Yeah.
It's like one of the easiest jobs in there. And she's like, I'm like, okay, well, we can get you trained up in the dairy cooler, which is cold. You're lugging big racks of milk up and down the hallway and stuff. She's like, I don't want to do that. Like, oh, you want to work back here at 4 a.m. We're not open at 4 a.m. back here. What are you going to, you know?
Right.
She just was like the entitlement, seeing what she could play with. I'm like, don't worry. Next week she goes on vacation. I'll get you trained up in the dairy cooler. She's like, oh, I'm like, you want to fucking play with me? So, because I was the new manager at that point. I was like, oh, you're gonna try to, but learning the people that try to take advantage of you, stuff like that, like especially as a gym owner, you're gonna run into that kind of stuff.
Always.
Yeah, it's constant.
Fighters.
Yeah.
I mean, territory, right? You know what you get into. I mean, that's important. Recognizing that what you're doing versus being upset about what is happening.
Yes.
You know, like
definitely two different mental approaches.
They are, you know. It's like I didn't accidentally put myself in this situation.
Right.
So
it took a lot of growth to get to that point.
So
a lot of direction.
being upset about it doesn't necessarily like help the scenario, you know?
Right.
Still not there.
So, right.
Well, it's all bigger picture shit.
It should be.
You know.
Right?
Yeah.
That's
Everything
the
should
part.
be.
Yeah. It's the difficult part.
Yeah.
So many things that you focus on the parts, you focus on parts that upset you versus focusing on like, you know, the bigger scenario behind it. So.
There's a book I like called Don't Sweat the Small Stuff.
Oh yeah.
And it's very, you know that one? Yeah, it's easy read. It's just like breeze right through it, but they got a bunch of them like Don't Sweat the Small Stuff at work, but it's same thing.
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Wouldn't you?
Yeah. I mean, the book's easy to read when you already think like that. You're like, yep, whatever. All right, I'm done. Nope, got it. But like I'm always reading something, but I don't talk about it enough.
Yeah, I mean, I love reading as well, but ultimately you get through it and then your mind goes somewhere else.
I would say I don't believe you. 100%.
I'll send you my book collection. I got a lot of
You sent me the picture of all the books you own.
We have seen his book collection. I don't believe he's read them.
That's right, because I've seen the books you own.
I'm like, you bought them, but like, give me a summary of half of them,
Prior
and then
to
maybe
all
I'll believe
this,
you.
you see my little speech of trying to sell somebody on manifestation of the mind. So I mean, there's some things that I've actually settled in there.
Okay, good. That's good.
I've been trying to teach her about it, but
Yeah, he tells me to make weight by thinking about it, and
Yeah, he was telling me.
I'll work on that.
I'm like, oh
Thank
yeah,
you.
I was a fat kid growing up. Like,
Yeah.
if it only worked,
I'm like,
all you had to do is think about
Only
being
one
thin.
of us got dope genetics, and it wasn't me.
So I tell her, like, there's some people that are in really good shape. He's like, oh, I just ate like 10,000 calories.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What?
I know.
Yeah, I ate like a salad before I got here and a protein bar, and he's in here like
And you're like
fucking
still gaining
crushing
weight. That's how I am.
cupcakes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I still crush the cupcakes, but I know it's gonna take its toll. Actually, it's not that bad. Like I said, these are from the seminar, the Ninja Turtle cupcakes.
He just knew that you like Ninja Turtles, so
I mean, he brought it out, and I could not resist.
I was not surprised when we drove in, and he just walks out holding the cupcake, like, look what I got. Like,
Yeah.
I can't get away
That's
from this
who
for
he
5
is.
minutes.
I did drop down a substantial amount of weight. I set my evidence to.
He did.
So
He did.
I
That's
ate
good.
some cupcakes.
what made you decide to start a podcast? Like, that's
All right. So
that's difficult, Terry. You talk about owning a gym and that being difficult. Like, this is in scope pretty fucking hard to do as well.
I don't think it's that difficult. So I'll break it down.
Okay.
So I toyed with the idea for like a couple of years. When I was growing up, like my dad and my mom split, and my step family, her dad was like step grandfather or whatever. He's always like, you should go move to Hollywood, try to be an actor. I'm like,
Oh shit.
what the fuck are you talking about? I'm like the fat kid that gets made fun of. What are you talking about?
Hey,
so
some of those motherfuckers make millions, dude.
but I don't know. I guess I just had personality or whatever. Anyway, so I toyed with the podcast for a while, but I don't like the vlogs necessarily. Or not that I don't like them. I just didn't want to be that guy, like facing the camera talking. So one day my buddy XJ was over, and I was like, I'll record it and we'll see. Like if I don't like it, nothing's going out. Recorded it. And it went really well, and a bunch of people, like I put out a clip, and people were like, yeah, it looks like a great time. So I put out the terrible edit of it, and I accidentally cut off half of the episode.
Awesome.
But it's still up there. It's the very first one, and then people liked it. So I did the second one, my friend G, like the next week, because she was coming by anyway. And people liked it, so I was like, I'm gonna just do another one, and then it just kept growing, and more people kept wanting to do it, and so like this guy came on because he got pissed off I had Malik on,
Yeah, Malik on before me.
and I was like talking to people, I was like, I should have had him on, but I was trying to get Malik on like 3 weeks before.
Yeah.
Like he's like, I'll come by.
Good
I'll come by,
healthy
I'll come by.
competition.
Yes, I
Good
like that
healthy,
part.
good healthy competition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I like that. But like you say, being neutral, I've always kind of been that way. I'm like, I don't care about your drama. Like I'll have you on talking about it, but
Good for ratings.
Yeah.
Good for
so
likes.
here's the thing: is like it's not. I didn't spend any money. I shoot it on my phone. Still do. Sitting in my garage.
Yeah.
So I mean, I set everything
I
up.
mean, how much was that neon sign though, Doug?
The UI sign.
That's a pretty good sign.
That's sponsored by UI. That's my friend. Some people I know.
Okay, okay.
That was actually one of the things. Like, actually, my buddy Rick, he was coming by. He's like, "You need to shoot a bunch more content."
Yeah.
He's like, "You're too good at this stuff to not shoot content, whatever it is." So he was like, before I redid the garage, like an old shitty mat and stuff like that.
Right.
My bag was all tore up, and so I just redid everything. Like, and he actually ended up not coming by after a bit anymore, and just started doing it. And I don't know, it just kind of hit. It was like natural. So it's like, why not just keep doing it?
How did you stumble upon the name?
Sway City Muay Thai?
Yeah, where did that come from?
So, Sway City means Spanaway. Spanaway is a Sway side. I actually have it tattooed. So, that's where I'm from.
Okay.
And I always have like a bunch of, like I got the tattoo at like 19. They're like, whatever. I'm like, I like where I'm from. I always liked when people would represent where they're from. Like ever since I was a little kid. In all aspects, from people being like authors to rappers. I don't care what it is. So when I had my opportunity, I was like, oh, I'm from Spanaway, and I'm trying to think of names. So I wanted to go with North Star Muay Thai, because Crew Jones has like always been my North Star, my mentor, that he taught me. I was just kind of like trying to find a way to include that in my lineage, but it was taken. Somebody in the East Coast has
No
that name.
way.
North Star. Well, it's like North Star MMA or something like that.
You should do the real North Star. the only
The
North
real
Star.
true North Star, true North, something like that. But I just did. I was like Sway City. That's what everybody said because I didn't really like Sway Side Muay Thai. They start. But anyway, I feel like I take that wherever I go, and so like anybody that like teases me about it, I like get a little aggressive with them. I'm like, oh, don't ask me why I represent where I'm from, and I won't ask why you don't. Kind of thing. So like, okay. And plus, most of the time it's not the negative connotation comes from like just regular people. Not fighters or not people that are like, oh, you're actually growing a brand or something. But I figure I can change the name if I need to at another point. If I need, it's hard to rebrand, I know, but if I have to, I can.
For sure, yeah. But it's good.
Yeah, thank you.
It definitely is good. Has Crew Jones ever been on the show?
No, but I bug him about it like every week. I'm like, I talk about you every episode, every time. Like, you need to come on. It's like, oh, I'm so busy. I gotta go get the car washed. Then my daughter's got a game, and then my son's got a game, and I gotta pick him up. But then I gotta take him home. I can't be at class the entire time, so I have to go home and I gotta make him dinner. I know he's gonna watch this part. But like, that's him, and he's like, but he doesn't give himself a mental break. He's like so focused on all this shit he's got to do. I'm like, like focus on it, or not at all, and you're still gonna go do it.
Still gonna do it. For sure.
But trying to get or Brian Johnson wants to come on, so I'm gonna try to get him on next month.
Super cool.
Yeah, I haven't actually talked to him about the scheduling, but I know he wants to. And I've got Malik's gonna come on. Right before he fights on the 6th.
Good healthy competition. Good healthy
Best friend.
Your best friend.
Good
Healthy
competition.
Besties
I'm gonna try to get RJ. See if RJ wants to come on that, and then Koga the 6th. I'm gonna be doing a live episode there.
Oh, sick!
Okay.
Dude, look at that.
On the 6th,
out of the garage into the fucking arena, dude. That's sick.
Yeah, it's so weird. And then Nick over at Karma. So I'll be doing the ring announcer for his show on the 23rd.
Awesome. Wicked.
And then WFC, Eddie Blackburn's, he's doing the promotion. He's gonna have me do the weigh-in announcement at Emerald Queen. So a couple of opportunities coming up.
That's awesome, man. That's cool. That's how it starts.
That's why I'm like, okay, I'll take it.
That's how it starts,
I love
dude.
it.
Humble beginnings, right? That's what they say.
Right. That's why I'm like, start out in my garage. A buddy was like, oh, I got it's like a office space. And he's like, you set it up as like a little studio or something. Just put a desk in there. And he's like, you do it for free for like the next 2-3 months. And he's like, that's how long I have the lease left for. I'm like, so I'm gonna go set it all up and fucking shoot like 6 episodes, 8 episodes when they come out. But people offering and stuff like that, and I'm learning how to do how to set up like sponsorship contracts and stuff like that. So see where that leads. Blah blah blah. So so I got my friends Uwe, like they were the first one that I was like, all right, put that up.
That's cool, man. Building a brand.
That's pretty sick.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah. Plus, obviously you know what that means in Muay Thai. Not everybody does. I'm trying to help build that awareness.
Educate.
I just hear it.
Yeah.
From non-Thai fighters.
As soon as I looked at you,
Frustrates the crap out of me. They don't even hit me.
That is kind of true. Like the crowd gets a little overzealous with yelling. I get a little overzealous yelling in the corner sometimes. I've grown.
You have.
I've grown.
Yeah.
I'm not like, just run up.
it's hard not to sometimes.
Yeah. Well, it's hard not to because I'm not in there. Not in there, and I'm not controlling like a video game. Sometimes I'm like, hands up. Nope, block that. And like, boom, like, or don't. And then the crowd laughs. I'm like, oh shit, I should have said that.
Cornering's difficult, man.
Yeah,
it's like an art form.
Coach is fucking difficult.
Oh my God.
For sure. It's like an art form. It's like, how much do you say? How much should you say? Right? Do they feel your energy or not? Are you being frantic? Do you need to calm down? Yeah. Are you a propaganda machine, or are you giving them actionable intel that they can do things with? Like, is it real time or is it delayed? Like, there's all these, dude, man, cornering is a very, very difficult thing to do.
Definitely.
Like, are you doing it so the other corner can hear you? Are you doing it to throw off their game plan? It's like, there's so many tactics and strategies to it. It's its own thing that needs to be studied, right? And
definitely,
it's something that there's not enough people invested in You know, like what are you in the second and the third? You know, what are their roles? Are they making it seem like the guy's winning the fight even though he's losing, right? Right? Are they, you know, like what are they saying that's, you know, misleading or leading the fighter or the other fighter?
Yep.
So are they like picking up on things that the other corner are doing in between rounds? Like there's so many little facets.
I mentioned a little bit of that earlier.
There's just so much to especially with each fighter, right?
Each fighter,
Like trying to figure out how they understand which concept that I can.
I think that's the biggest thing. That was the biggest like hurdle for me when we actually when we started competing, is each fighter responds to things differently.
Exactly.
Right? So you have to
It's individualized every moment.
I could not have said it better. Yeah.
We have a kid who, like, I think it took a couple smokers before he realized he doesn't listen if you just talk to him nicely or give him like clear cues.
Yeah,
you have to sound like you're about to walk into the cage yourself and beat his ass.
Yeah.
And then if you do, he listens beautifully. But if you don't, like, what the fuck are you, like, then nothing. Nope.
No.
Like,
And then there's some that you can only if it goes to actual corner time, right? If it goes to past the first round, there's some fighters that you can only discuss what they need to do during that break, right? Because they're not processing, or they don't have they're so focused, right, that they're not hearing what is being said, right? So like, it's like being
I don't
able
even
to
remember what you said.
Yeah.
How many times have you heard that?
Like,
I don't remember
did
shit.
you even talk to me during the corner?
Yeah, I can say that I don't remember anything that happened. I know I would go out and apply it. I know Crew Jones would be like he'd be like 1, 2, 3, 2, and I would throw it and it would land and be like, how the fuck are you doing this? I'm like, but that made my faith grow. So I'm like, almost everything he tells me to do works. So I'm just gonna keep doing it. See how that goes. But I like what you said, because you talked about the second and the third. You talked about, you touched on a lot of good points about coaching, truly understanding what being a coach is. You see a lot of people go from being the fighter, or the fighter maybe that wasn't seen that well, to being a coach, into a position to where they can be seen as a coach now. But still not necessarily being selfless, but being more selfish in that role. Look at me as a coach. Look at me, like, this is my version of that. What you said about doing the podcast, I never wanted to be the guy on camera. And even when I was fighting, it was taboo to be like so worried about any of that stuff. I've got so few fight photos and stuff, and to where I really wish I had more. But now it's kind of the opposite. Like, look at me. And even when I was starting the very first episode, right before I did I'm gonna start doing this little show, is after we shot the first show and agreed to do it. So I was like, gonna make a little commercial. I'm sitting here I've got like a little head focus mitt, it's right there. And I put it up here and I'm looking at the camera, and it took 2 hours of me talking to a 10-second clip of me getting comfortable looking at the camera. I'm like, I don't even want to look at myself talk. I don't want to do this. I'm not, it's like, nobody's gonna want to listen to me talk. And then I finally put it out and I send it to a bunch of people before I post it, and it's fine. What's wrong with it? I didn't even think about that. Okay. I'm super critical. But then watching the first show X amount of times, and then the second, so you just get comfortable seeing yourself talk, being on camera, and providing authenticity is very important to me, and talking about serious things, or just not being fake. I can't stand that stuff. And I get a lot of good feedback from the community. Not necessarily so I'm not looking for some huge following. I don't need somebody in Dagestan to know who the fuck I am. But our community and growing from that, that's what that means to me. Because you guys can come on and have your voice. I've already had mine plenty of times on here, but you've been on here a handful of times. There's other people. So, but tying that back into the coaches thing, I get here and pick your brain, you know what I mean? Hear what you have to say, or you get somebody else on that's like, oh, I'm a coach, but I do this, or I was there doing that, and I only do this, and you're not talking about your coaching role, because the way you said how we individualize a lot of what we do. Anthony was one of our fighters. And I always used to say, is like, stop blocking with your face. Get your hands up. And I'd be like, do the or don't. I'd be like, or don't. And then he'd be like, ugh, he'd get so mad. I'm like, no, don't get mad at me. Focus on sparring. So I had to change.
Yeah.
You know, and I was like, okay, that is not working.
Yeah.
I need him to actually accomplish what I'm telling him, not get him frustrated with me in the round.
Yeah.
So, but just making those little adjustments and like, okay, my job is to coach. My job is to, because what happens if you do a shitty job and they get their head taken off? Now that falls on your shoulders.
That's your responsibility, right?
And if you don't care, like you're gonna lose people. Like there's, like we have the little girl that head kicked me. I was talking about. She came to our gym. Apparently, she checked out some other gyms, and that says a lot to me that she came to us. And I know Master Sauhin's like very important in that culture and stuff, and seeing an actual Thai, I don't want to say legend, but like high level guy, champion, boxer, all these sort of things. He has the international background that like I don't, and so. Coming from that and being able to come from a different area, like she came from like the Bay Area or someone in Cali or something like that.
Oh, cool.
And so to find, I hope it wasn't just to find that, but like I like the adjustments that people are making. Like I don't have to be that. You don't have to be that. Like I'm not from Thailand. I've never been there. And there's going to be a lot of coaches in our age group going up, like 35 to 50, that have never done that. There you see more and more people that have never fought, coach, and do a great job at it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So there's always like an adjustment that's going to be made. But as long as we're staying true to like the sport, not dulling ourselves down to accommodate more of just like the common people who maybe don't have the heart for it, as much as I hate to say it, because fighting's in our DNA. But not everybody is going to fight to the death just because you're in there doing the same. Some people will just die.
I can honestly say, just from being a fighter and also teaching jiu-jitsu class, it has developed my game a lot as far as trying to understand how to communicate, how to do an item or something that I can do from muscle memory, and not getting frustrated because they don't understand the easiest thing. But learning how to simplify it and move their foot to the location. But then on top of that, at the very end of it, when they get the slightest thing, there is that sense of accomplishment, like that little win, like we were talking about earlier on. Then there's those other days where it's like, why? You just learned that yesterday. You're killing me here. It's like emotional damage, right? But then you build up from that and see that everybody learns at a different speed, and on top of that, it just builds you in a different way. And just
I like what you said, the little win. As a coach, you don't get a lot of huge wins. Not as like a fighter that wins a champion. That's an individual huge win. Your little wins are coaching those people. Or like those, you know, like, oh, okay, I got this person to where they're actually building their own confidence because we passed that barrier. They know where to put their foot, essentially. That kind of stuff. But man, it's definitely learning twice, isn't it?
Oh yeah, twice, 3 times. Every day of the week you're learning something.
It's been fun to watch him growing as a coach, because you've been with us for I think a couple of years, like teaching for a couple of years now, and like when he first started teaching the jiu-jitsu classes, he'd be like, I don't even know the name of this. This is just how you do it.
Just watch.
And it's just we'd look around and just blank faces, and we're like, we physically can't do this because we're not freak athletes. And now it's like we watch and you go and you can see him like, okay, here's a drill I'm gonna have you guys do. Here's how you're gonna adjust, and it's really cool to see that. Like you see, I mean, Stanley's been doing this for what, like 20 years, and
20 years
even in the time that I've known him, I can see him making adjustments to his coaching. I have seen Johnson make adjustments to his coaching. I've had to make adjustments, so it's cool to get to watch everybody there kind of helping each other level up, and then taking that initiative ourselves to make sure that we're always getting better as coaches and actually being able to explain things to normal people.
Sometimes during class, you'll see after I give them a drill, I'll be in the background just spaced out, just trying to figure out how I can explain something a little bit more, simplify it as far as I can.
I think that's the
How can I not say this in a simpler fashion?
My favorite quote from Johnson is just be athletic. We're like, thank you. Some of us aren't.
So that's like how Master Sauhin is. He'd be like, What do you mean? There's a technique. He's like, you just go to fight and you just go. Why do I teach fundamentals class?
Same energy. You just hit them.
What do you mean? Like,
the role of coaching has evolved, right?
Yeah.
The reason it's evolved is because now people are looking at fighting as more than just fighting, but an actual analytical sport.
yes.
There's statistics.
That's a good point.
Right? There's data analysis now. There's all these things that are compiled into fighting now that are making coaches hold themselves to a higher standard.
Yeah.
And the big issue with coaching is, and this is not just a localized thing, right? It's the game. The game is bigger than all of us, right?
Oh, yeah.
Right? So if that's the understanding we have, then continual education is an important thing.
It's everything.
It's everything, right? There's no one particular way to do something, but there is a particular way for someone to do that thing.
Yeah.
Right? And for us being on the end where we are not applying real-time, skills anymore, our job is to be like, how do we grow ourselves to be able to help other people understand how to modify something that they can't do, right? And still get them to apply something that you're teaching.
Yeah.
Which is
a lot of times
super
in that
difficult.
real-time moment.
In that real time.
Still in real time, but your communication to get them to do it in real time.
It's difficult, and a lot of people are old school, which is fine. I came with old school too. You do this, you put your foot here, and this happens. You're like, my body doesn't work that way. I want it to, right?
Well, you can't force everyone into that box.
Right. So you like you said, like, there are fundamentals that everyone should have. And then once you grow outside that fundamentals, it's as someone who is in charge of someone else's skill acquisition, how do we better ourselves?
Yeah.
Right. And it's through continual education. Are we learning? Are we training elsewhere? Are we reading stuff? Are we watching videos and then talking to other people, discussing like, hey, look at this fucking video. This guy did this. Right. It doesn't necessarily work here with you, but how do we get how do we get the essence of it? And
I love that.
it.
I do that all the time. Well, not as much as I used to, because there's a lot of my communication energy goes to the podcast.
There's nothing
And
wrong
other
with that.
fight promoters.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I know, but like
you're building shit. You're building your shit, dude.
I am, but
That's dope.
I'm so selfless. Like I need to be building my team too. I'm like if you feel guilty,
True, but that's just
you
societal.
have to build
guilt.
yourself to be comfortable building other
You make
people.
yourself dope. Other people are going to be dope around you.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I appreciate it.
Right?
Well, but like just touching back on what you said about understanding each individual. Like maybe this doesn't work for you or this exact thing, but how can we make it? And then putting your mind to use and your experience to use to make somebody else as good as they can possibly be. And that's layered. There's so many steps because that's not like just somebody that you can, because I always say the biggest thing I like to do is say my job is to inspire. It's going to be like I can have the message, but for you to want to do all that stuff. So we've had a lot of people really come along with that, especially recently, the last like 6-8 months. But growing as a coach, that's like, as you were saying, that analytics, the science, everything that's kind of backed by all that stuff, not everybody's going to apply that. A lot of people are going to be like, this is how it's done. This is, and that isn't necessarily a bad thing. Most of the time, that's what they know worked for them. And so I refer to Master Sauhin. He does like this 1-2, hop back 2. And I'm like, I spent so much time getting light on my feet because he told me to do that. And I'm like, I'm a bigger dude. I'm not 118 pounds, and he's fucking world champion boxer or stuff. I'm like, I'm not like that, I'm not built like that. But finding the way to apply it when I didn't really have like a great way out of that, because you see like how the Thais train people, they're gonna train you their way, and I'm gonna train people my way. You're gonna train people your way. Even if you're making those adjustments, most of the time the fighter doesn't see that. At least not that. Oh, my coach makes adjustments to every single person, and that's why I like having this sort of a voice and environment, because all of our students are going to be able to watch this and be like, wow. Okay, I didn't realize my coach is looking at every single individual and adjusting himself for as many people as he possibly can. Because how many students you got? A whole bunch, right? And then it's like you're not just looking at you're looking at your other coaches, how to make them better. You're looking at how to make your fighters better. You're looking at how to make the environment more agreeable for your students. You're looking at things as an ownership. You're thinking about the supplies you got to order. Like your checklist is so much deeper than just a fighter for the most part. Like they have to show up, learn to fight. We talked about the first time. You be the coach, you'll be the fighter.
Yep.
But like being a coach owner, but being a coach owner is hard.
It's a lot easier.
Yeah.
And you gotta stress about the things that you don't gotta stress about.
But that's why you got to do your best. Because if I was giving all that energy to somebody and they weren't doing their best, like I'm gonna have that hard talk with them. Like, look, you're just not putting in the work that we need you to. And some people can cheat it. Some people are super athletic.
I don't cheat it. I put in the time.
But I mean, like, there's people that'll sit there and stay flat-footed in their stance and like really try to cheat like a basic fundamental rather than maintaining athletic stance, something like that. And like, that's the wrong way to go. I'm gonna break out the thumbtacks. So something. That's actually what Crew Jones used to tell me. Crew Alberto from Chai Sai Muay Thai. That's his old coach, and he's like, oh, for guys that would be too flat-footed all the time, he'd break out the thumbtacks and take them to your heel. And I'm like, really? Okay. So I'll always be on my toes. Like,
Old
so now that's
school,
what I
dude,
teach.
old school,
I'm
dude.
on my toes like a ballerina. I'm like, so that's like my thing. And so anytime my guys go flat-footed, I'm like, watch out for the sweep. I'm gonna fucking sweep you. You got no mobility. So, but I mean, I haven't done that yet. So I don't
The
know.
thumbtacks?
Yeah, not yet.
Don't give him ideas, please.
Yeah. So I heard good things. Like start with grapes. Start with things like
grapes.
that. Yeah, like so they actually squish.
Right.
Go to. My theory was Legos. Nobody wants to step on a Lego.
That's good.
And then we had one of our guys, Johnny V. If you're listening, he's the guy. He tapes them on. He like flat-footed in the heels. Like it doesn't even hurt that. And I'm like, it's not the point. God damn. Like you need me to get you some glass or something, dude. But like you said, some people you have to like be like, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you, or that guy's gonna beat the shit out of you.
Yeah.
And so they're like, oh, okay, now I get it. Like I gotta literally cause the pain before you get the purpose.
He did that to me, and I needed it. And I was like, well,
Learning is different for everyone, right?
yeah.
You know, like, and it's difficult. Sometimes it's just finding the right way people learn, and then are you capable of helping? Are you capable of actually delivering that? And if you're not, then your job is to find someone that can, not try and fucking force it through, right?
I feel like that's our school in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Because Master Sound, he's got the Thai culture, and it's very hard to. What do you mean? You just fight.
I mean, we had one of our guys recently
You'll do it
that
again
had that
next
same
week.
issue, right?
Yeah, we did.
And
For sure.
figuring out how we can get him to learn that ultimately you got to move where that guy's going to hit you and hurt you in the cage, and just placing or getting into his mind and understanding how can we get that in through his head in order to do that. And we, as a team, found out how, and he actually did very well in his smokers.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was
really good.
So
you found the way.
yeah. But collectively we should, right? It's like
That's our
in
purpose.
any group of people, there are usually enough of you to figure out what voice needs to be heard and how it should be delivered, right? Because we all don't. We all don't.
Enough
we
brain
all
cells
don't-
together.
we all don't hear things the same, right? Respond the same
Yeah.
to things, right? So,
Yep.
and just getting out of your own way sometimes is the most important thing, right? Being able to, like, sometimes I'm just like, there's whatever I say is not going to work, and being able to remove myself so someone else can step into that onto that soapbox, and
I like that.
so
I always think about like the what makes me sensitive when somebody says something about my coaching style. Like if something makes me like, I'm like, ooh, that one kind of hit me. I'm like, why did that one?
why
hit
did
me?
it? Yeah.
So like, I am always like I always say like, I'm a leader like Leonardo. I'm a Ninja Turtle guy. Leader like Leonardo, but a joker like Michelangelo.
Okay.
And then a hard head like Raphael.
Raphael.
So they're like, oh, you're like the fun uncle. A lot of people say it like that. And I'm like, well, you can't always be so nice when you teach. And I'm like, I'm gonna teach how I teach.
Yeah,
Like it
for
works
sure.
pretty fucking well, and they know when I'm like, this is gonna get you messed up.
Yeah.
And they know when the message is serious.
Yeah.
Versus when we can fuck around a little bit.
Yeah.
But when somebody else comes to me, I'm like, why does that make me kind of like, why do I question myself? Because I see other people that are like super hard about it, and I see their methods working in certain ways, but I don't consider the other side, like maybe mine is working as well.
Yeah.
Or it just works in a different fashion. So having the group and finding that right voice is important, because like you've met Adam, right? One of our guys, I
Yes.
believe.
I know you're talking.
Adam's a good dude. He's very good with Juan. Like he hears Juan's voice very well. Me and Adam get along great, but he doesn't hear mine as well. He wants to get his reps. He picks things up very quickly, very naturally, really analytical, and really focused, really driven. So he doesn't need to hear my style, which I'm like, nope, you didn't step there. Nope, if we're gonna do this, so you step right. Okay, or like me explaining the difference between your elbows flared out versus a Western boxer style, styles versus styles. America, you're not in Thailand, you're gonna get Western boxing or kickboxing, a lot of things like that. And the people that don't want to adjust, or the ones that do adjust and then do it slowly. But some people don't want to have everything explained to them. They just want to be told once and get the work. So he's one of the ones that I've made adjustments for. But just going around the group, finding a coach that coaches properly for that individual is important.
Yeah.
And that's high level coaching, I think, when you can direct your coaches.
It's emotional control, right? You know, fucking checking your ego and making sure that you know that not everyone resonates the same to your voice, and being able to step aside is an important thing. Like when some people are just they're tied to it, man. They're like, I'm the coach.
Yeah, that's what they identify
I'm the coach.
themselves as.
That's it. What I say goes, right? And it's hard because
they're gonna fail a lot of times in that role.
Right? So
Not being rigid like that instead of bending.
And that's one of the things I tell my students a lot, and within respect to other coaches and other trainers and other gyms, it's like everybody has their own way, their own move, their own descriptions of it. This is my way of doing it. So if you have that aspect of it, that's fine, keep it. But right now we're in my class, so that's what
That's almost every class, but at least weekly I have that exact message. Like, this is my style that I'm teaching you. Crew Jones, like I'll be like, hey, do you have any input on this? And he'd be like, my style's more right. And I'm like, he's like, that's not wrong, but this is what I do. It's kind of thing. So like I give him shit, be like, little microaggressions. But no, like he has a good point. Like he throws I throw my front kick like I'm driving my toes through your spine, and it gets that stabbing front kick while still driving you back. He does it to where he kind of angles his foot, because you get real slick in the ring, and he does it that way. He teaches that way. And I teach it my way. And Juan teaches the scoop teep and stuff. And it's like, okay, you got 3 coaches here teaching 3 different styles. There's nothing wrong with having 3 different styles, or one person picking.
That's really
like
good
this
for
one
you.
works for me right now, and then later that one worked better for me in this scenario. But I always say, we give you the basics, and you develop yourself as an individual and as a fighter beyond that. Because like I try to angle my toes out in that V. A lot of people still go straight, toes right down the pipe.
Yeah, on the tracks, yeah.
And I still do when I throw like the heavy jab. And I fucking eat those calf kicks. It sucks. Jacob, fuck you. No, like he got me like last Saturday with like back-to-back leg kicks to where I had to like basically just hold on to the ropes. I'm like, you gotta give me a minute. Got the nerve. And he's a bigger dude, but he's out of shape. Like he didn't look like he do, but he'll crack you with the hands.
Yeah.
And right after that, like the next day, sends to the group chat this video of this dude just calf kicking. He's like, that's all I wanted to do. And I was just like in a group chat, I was like, fuck you, man, that shit hurts. But still, like,
dude.
I'm always saying, like, as a coach, it's funny to watch, like, when I spar and be like, oh, one of my students, like, ooh, I got him with the jab. Like, it's been happening since day 1 to day now. Like, that's never not gotten hit during sparring. Never, you know what I mean? I've never not taken damage. So it's just, but looking at your students and like their sense of accomplishment for doing well against the coach, it's like, it's a good thing. But then I got to give it back when they start getting too confident. They get too confident. Oh, don't worry. One does it more than 10 times more than I got to.
He does.
Yeah.
It's funny.
He's our regulator.
Anytime I've been able to land anything on him, which I think I could probably count on one hand, he just laughs and then kicks me halfway across the fucking cage. It's like, it's immediate. I'm like, but it keeps you humble. It's good.
It's the
she's
follow-up.
Yeah.
No, I totally get it. I said the same shit about
I'm not
Juan.
exaggerating at all.
I said the same shit about Juan. So, I did one of the most recent podcasts with Eddie Blackburn and Anthony Hamilton was on.
Oh, cool.
And I was just like, what do you think about like old UFC style where it's like you're a BJJ practitioner, you're a kickboxer, blah blah blah. See who's comes out kind of better.
Yeah.
Or even those people that are starting to dabble and like actually mixing everything together versus now when everything's done at like a high level. And he had a point where it's like people get really cautious when everybody's like very respectable to their opponent, and like that's the way I look at Juan in our approach. I'm like, I can't mess up. I have to like threaten him with a strike and continue straight off that, like not giving him an opportunity because he's gonna open something up. And so, and he develops that in our gym because I always tease him like, you got people afraid to spar you because of how you are before sparring starts. Like, oh great, I gotta go spar coach, kind of shit. And it's like, that's good, but it's going to hinder people's progression in a way because they can't get creative. They can't see what they can
There's two
learn.
sides of it, right?
Yeah.
There's two sides of it.
And even me, I'm like, okay, I'm like very cautious. So I'm like, damn it, taking too long in my caution. So it is always that give and take. And so, but having that kind of back and forth and be like, oh, I landed something and wham, like kind of. Oh, I didn't realize they kind of let it land to turn something else up, or all they had to do was like not be cautious as they can be.
Yeah, give them a little bit of hope.
Or not even that, just something clips you and then like you just fire off the other chambered side and don't even like you let yourself go versus letting yourself be calm. I have that. We all have that.
For sure.
This is like bringing up war flashbacks for me. I just hope you guys know.
Get quiet. You're like, can we stop?
Every round I've ever gotten with these two, I'm like, yeah, I got something, and then I'm just on the ground. I'm like, I don't even know how I got here. But thank you for that.
That's also a teaching moment also.
You were talking about Juan and his kick. He always kicks me in the ribs.
Every time.
And I try to catch him.
Not the kick, it's just the knee, but it's always towards the later rounds.
He does it on purpose.
No, not when I'm tired.
No. That's a trick question.
Weird coincidence, but okay.
When you're like generally trying to mental process of how you'd be in the fight itself in the later rounds, so then you start to manifest those things, so you fight a little slower.
So when you're tired.
If you put it that way, yes.
I didn't know that happened. I didn't know you got tired. You messaged me yesterday. You're like, oh yeah, cramping up. Like, this is the setup. He's gonna start texting me. He's like, oh, I feel like crap. And then he's like, you want to spar on Saturday? Like, He sent me. I was like, oh, bro,
it's a long game, dude.
2 chocolate cakes today. We're gonna spar though.
It's
I'm
the
still
long
good.
game, dude.
I gotta show everybody that I'm eating a lot and getting tired, so then when I go and compete.
It's mental warfare.
Mental warfare.
Trick.
So,
I mean, it's not on me though. It's on them for believing it, right?
Some Sun Tzu shit.
hardcore, dude.
I just planted a seed. You watered it.
That's funny.
So what's the name of your opponent coming up on Koga? Blank stare. Blank stare.
No.
I know. Just call Lifeline.
Call friend.
Hello.
Sharon Spain. Sharon Spain.
Okay. I'm not familiar with him. I think it sounds like I've heard the name
He's
before.
fought a lot locally.
A lot of local fights.
Yeah.
Sharon. Okay.
Sharon Spain. He has a huge number of fights. I think he's pushing.
I think 60, 70 professional fights.
60 or some professional fights.
Wow.
Right.
Okay. That's a lot.
Yeah.
You know, right? Every professional is dangerous, and they all have. They all have their specialty. Right? So
fight record is not typically indicative of how skilled somebody is.
it's
That's
not-
just what happens that day.
And it's a fight
Yeah.
game, right? You know, like that's the whole point of the fight game. Right? You can do everything right and still come out on the wrong side of something. You know.
Yeah, it's not no best of 7
It's
World
not.
Series.
So
That'd be nice, though.
he's a dangerous opponent. He's a good matchup for Johnson. Right? It's skill for skill. You know, Johnson just has to be organized.
Have fun.
Right? I think that's the biggest
I don't
thing.
think that's gonna
right?
struggle. You're gonna struggle.
Yeah, I think that's
Look
the
at him.
biggest thing.
Look at his face right now. Like,
Making sure that-
he doesn't even know he's fighting. He's just
Like,
like,
everyone organizes himself differently, right? Johnson needs to be in a scenario where he is genuinely enjoying being in there, where there's no extra added pressure, where he's allowed to be a martial artist, right?
I love that.
We're not.
And your understanding of that.
Yeah, you know, it's like there's strategy and then there's tactics, right? And those two things sometimes they need to find a way to coexist, but then also the fighter has to be able to execute that. And sometimes those things are too stringent, and they force something to happen versus allow something to happen. And Johnson's one of those people that, you know, it has to be kind of allowed to happen, right?
He seems very comfortable.
Yeah, I mean, he has the number of, that's the thing, right? Both these fighters, in their own respect, have the number of competitions to support their styles, right? So allowing him to be a mixed martial artist and make real-time decisions in there it's a trust issue. You know, have we gained each other's trust enough to understand this is the strategy, I need you to apply your tactics now, right? Versus giving him tactics and then saying, hey, this criteria needs to be met. Right?
Too much criteria.
Yeah, some people need that. Some people need that structure. They're like, you know, this engagement here, right? This head position here, you know.
We had a guy with us for he wanted to hit these 10-point combos, had them written out. And
Yeah, it's crazy. Some people need that, right? And then some people don't. And so the matchup is a strong matchup, which is nice because you know it's going to be a good fight, right? But it's a good fight in the sense where Johnson is the owner of what happens.
Yeah, you're gonna dictate the outcome.
Yeah. Right. Johnson's the owner of what happens. Right? So,
Now, I like what you said of just touching on just your understanding of letting him be the fighter he needs to be versus making him be the fighter that you want him to be or you need him to be. And I usually say the people that kind of struggle with that, it's like you get a new student in from a different state. They just moved from out of state. High level professional fighter or something, right? Let's say that. If you're going to try to teach them to be your way, it's probably not going to go that way. They've already established themselves.
There's no.
So I think that kind of forces people, forces a coach to find their way around that. And so, because you've been training for a lot longer than you've been at 10 Kicks, obviously. But having somebody come in like that and be like, okay, I'm now this person's committed coach. This person's committed to me. I'm committed to them. And now I'm going to apply myself in all the aspects that you have to make them the better fighter rather than making them better in your way.
I think that's weird. I think this is the reason why I don't necessarily call myself someone's coach.
Okay.
The reason I don't call myself someone's coach is this is going to sound weird, okay? I don't care what they do, where they're doing it at, who they're doing it with. Like, I genuinely don't care. But if they're going to fight, then I'm committed to the situation. The situation is the fight. And if I'm committed to that situation, I'm going to help them organize and gain the tools they need for that situation. But I'm not necessarily binding a commitment to them.
Okay.
Right? I'm committed to helping Johnson in this situation right here. That way and this is, again, personally, everyone has their own way. This is personally, right? That way I don't create some standard, some weird standard that he has to adhere to, you know, and he has to give me some type of respect that I haven't earned per se.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's
You're not forcing yourself for him to
I'm
be
not.
like, you're my coach. That's it. Like that.
I'm not, but I am coaching the scenario.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the scenario is what I adhere to, and I always break it out to this is the situation, man.
Yeah.
Right. So that's how I kind of look at it. I'm like a coach to the situation, but not necessarily. And that's how I get around new people, high level, regardless if they're high level professionals, amateurs, or someone that has never fought before. That's how I kind of bypass the whole like, hey, how I do things, how you do things, right? I cut right to the chase. I'm like, if it's not going to hurt you, it's not going to hurt someone else. If it's not like completely irreversible, right? Or if you're going to compete, like these are the criteria that I'll kind of hold you to.
Yeah.
If you're going to compete, then who's the opponent? What are they good at?
Yeah.
How do we take advantage of it?
Exactly. Yeah. Well, that's good because there's a lot of camps that they don't look at opponents as much. They'll be like, "Oh, I train for me." They don't necessarily look at their opponent. And
It's crazy.
And it's weird because that is crazy to me. But they're still successful. It doesn't mean that you haven't seen success. So there's success on both sides, bro.
Oh, for sure.
Because we're the same one. I'm like, who is this? Who's this potential match?
But
Like,
there is too much, right?
right.
There's
too much
overdoing it.
micromanagement.
Yeah, there is over micro. Yeah, exactly.
But I like what you said about like you're coaching a situation because if you frame it like that, it gives them the freedom to be like, I'm also an individual here, maybe, and you're not overstepping any bounds by saying like, oh, outside of the gym, you have to conduct yourself to a certain, like, as you give them the tools to maybe view that or to be better themselves, but you're not forcing yourself into their lives in a way that they're not welcome to.
Yeah, exactly.
So I like that.
Yeah. So, then making sure that, that's the game.
Yeah.
For me, that's the
But
game.
I like how you said it was weird. It's different, but I don't think it's bad in a weird sense. I like that because
I appreciate that. Thanks. Yeah.
well, and it gives people more freedom than saying I'm your coach, because that's the way I put it all the time.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that.
But I've never even thought about framing it that way.
Like there's absolutely nothing wrong with that, right? So and don't misinterpret it, because some of the things I say to them are not like coach appropriate.
Oh, when are we all? It's still combat sports. It's still a gym culture.
Right. So
you're not seventh grade soccer girls team.
So and I'm like, I just cut to the chase, and I'm just like, I don't need you to sit here and look at me in a position where you think like, I'm blessing you with some worldly fucking like I'm not, right? So I just kind of like, I cut it out right. I cut that out right away. So their expectations are measured.
Well, I like that. That's a good point, because some people will be like so over top about the culture or certain things, like even the Thai culture. They'll be like very much like the Buddhist side. It's like you got to follow up. Like I'm doing on my Y cruise and stuff like that. That's just for our ceremony.
It's just and if it's fun, it's fun. If it's cool, it's cool. Totally okay. There's nothing
but like
wrong
I've
with
never
that.
did a Y crew before my fight. I sealed the ring and stuff, but I never had the opportunity because we're in America. They're like, we're not going to.
Their time limit. Let's go.
Yeah. Like, Americans don't even want to hear the music.
Yeah.
So, right? Snake charmer music. But the individualization for yourself as a coach like that. That's important too. Like not just going towards your fighters.
Yeah.
Admitting that you're a different style coach in a lot of aspects, as we all are. Versus being like traditional martial arts, like you have to teach this exact lineage. That's why, like, no disrespect to like Bang Muay Thai but to kind of force people into that specific curriculum and not give them the freedom to actually coach and be an individual. How are they supposed to grow? How are they supposed to get better? How successful are you? Or are programs like that, again, no disrespect, but is that more for the franchising out and to make sure that they stay afloat and stay in business? But I mean, a gym, you wouldn't exist if you didn't turn a profit.
Correct.
Yes.
And that's why, like, when people come in like, oh, I'm gonna get free training, like, no, man, I'm sorry, I wouldn't be here for you to show up to if we provided that. Like, I wouldn't be here. And so, like, obviously, like, you're showing up for value, you need to pay for some of the value. It doesn't, whatever people charge is another thing, but like, you can't give away too much for free because then you'll have nothing left.
Yeah.
So
I think that's a valuable lesson for you asked way earlier, right? Like, how is it difficulties of running your own gym? And I think that's one of the big things that if you were to strike out on your own, drawing a line of how much you value yourself, because you can't tangibly hold what you're teaching. You know? It's like they purchase a product, but they can't hold the product. They can't look at the product.
You're buying an education.
Yeah, right. And so it's education, which, you know, how do you fucking measure education?
Right, and I think that's our ceremony, the Prajad testing.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of this is how we are gonna measure.
No, that absolutely right.
But everyone's looking for some sort of measurement of accomplishment.
Yeah.
Absolutely, right? So I think that's like scoping that is a difficult thing to do, like already, you know. So
and being available to yourself to make adjustments.
Yeah.
A lot of people are like, "Oh, I set this business plan, and this is how it has to be."
Yeah.
And they're so rigid in that so many
It's
people
tough.
get turned away.
yeah,
Yeah, you never know.
you never know, dude. We've had to change multiple times in order to, you know, literally keep the doors open, right?
I don't know any gym at all that hasn't said that exact same thing. That's why, like, when you ask me, I'm like, probably not.
Yeah.
I don't want to fail that quick.
Smart.
I was like, I'll open a little, because I got like out in Spanaway, I got this like, it's like an auto shop storage unit. I was like, I could do something like that for like a little over $1,000 a month, but then I'm just not.
Yeah.
It's going to take 20-hour days for a long time.
labor of love, right? Like we said earlier, it's labor of love. It's a
But
little
then
bit of,
it could turn into, you might hate that labor and want to
for
quit
sure.
and just go back to being a student at a gym.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, and it's being realistic. I mean, I'm sure all of us have thought of that,
Yep.
you know, one time or another throughout the week.
I tried.
Exactly. Throw it all away and fucking move to
Like,
Costa
I'm
Rica.
done. Like, where's the cheapest place I can fucking move to? Fuck this shit twice.
Yep, exactly.
You know, I'm sure if we haven't done it multiple times a week, then I don't know if you know. I would not truly believe you.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
Or respect you.
I think you threatened to go to Thailand like 3 days ago. Like, he's like, all right, good luck.
Probably
See
did.
ya.
Yeah. I'm just like, have
Fuck
fun.
this, I'm out, bye. Good luck.
We talked about some of the struggles like recently. I was like, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm selling everything.
Yeah.
And if whatever I don't sell is going into the storage, and I'll come back like in a year and have a big ass garage sale. Or
That's
something.
when I was talking about moving down to Florida.
Yeah. You were just talking about it, dude. You were talking about it like
fuck it,
a
I'm
month
going to
and a
West
half
Palm
ago.
Beach.
A month and a half ago, you were talking about it. All right.
The escapism is so, when you invest so much, and you're like, because the struggle is real.
It's real, yeah.
And I always say, like, there's the people that have easy lives and there's people that are built to endure a hard life. And like anybody that does this sport, it's the people that are built to endure the hard lives.
Yeah.
And so not wanting to escape and just go for what's easy, it's so like, everybody's got to have that.
It's weird. It's almost like the fleeting thought kind of fuels you to continue doing this shit.
Yeah.
Right?
Because
It's
you know
like
you could.
You could.
You're always that. You could. I could quit. I could fucking quit and walk away.
Then what? Like, ugh.
It's always so tempting. And then here's the thing is when you go on vacation, you're like, I know that's intentionally what I'm not doing.
Yeah.
I'm intentionally coming back.
Right.
And you're like,
Yeah. Counting down the days.
yeah. Or you'd be like, I don't want to leave. I don't want to go back.
It's like those fights outside state, or like when I fought down in Philadelphia, or like down in Vegas. I was so happy. And then you're just like, yeah. You get back, you're like, damn. I'm back into the same old grind routine. But then when you think about escapism, and like when I was trying to head down West Palm Beach, and I thought in my head, I'm like, I'm gonna have to restart.
Everything.
Yeah.
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 So
It's a
escaping
whole-
here to go do something. No.
That's why Thailand is appealing because you don't really have to restart much. You just go get a room somewhere and
Correct.
go pick your gym.
Yep.
Yeah.
Then get right back to it.
Yeah.
So
And it's cheap.
There are ways to curb it, right?
Yeah.
It's so cheap.
Yeah.
Too.
There are ways to curb it. So
I think sometimes about like what people would even do, or like what we would even do if we weren't running a gym or fighting anything. And I mean, there's definitely days where it sucks and you're like, fuck this shit, I just want to go out. But
Yeah.
then I see people come into the gym who were doing their 9 to 5, or they were working at all these other places, and they come in and they're just furious, or they need to hit the bag because their day sucked. And I'm like, Nah, this is pretty good actually.
Yeah, you're like, okay, I've built myself from that to this. I don't really want to go back to that.
Yeah.
Like, same thing. I'm like, I run my own little business and stuff, and I'm like, I do not want to go back to working for another person.
It's like, it's one way or another, it's gonna suck, but if we get to pick the thing that we love that also sucks sometimes, then it's I would take that over. Yeah. I mean, oh my God, trying to work at Starbucks or in a corporate office or something like.
Labor of love, like
absolutely not. Oh my God, I get fired so fast. I would just from swearing alone, I get fired.
I mean, like, I'm very intolerant of nonsense. Yeah,
you're not allowed to say that.
Sergeant. So
like
Vietnam.
Your vest over there. Yeah, so
oh yeah, that's not his. That's more modern. That's just shit that's ready to go.
Oh, I see.
But no, he's like the Full Metal Jacket guy. At least for a few years when I was getting yelled at for not being able to start the pull start mower at 6 years old. Mom comes like, what the fuck? So yeah, but yeah, very intolerant for certain nonsense. Like especially if, like you said, being this like some sort of barista. I'm like,
oh my God,
couldn't do it. Couldn't do it.
Like, I don't have, and I blame him for this because I used to be like very polite and have a good customer service voice, and now my filter is just gone. Like it's hanging on by a thread, but now it's just like if someone does something stupid, I'm like, I'm gonna tell you did something stupid. I couldn't do anything customer facing other than a
You
gym.
don't think it's the sport in general as well as the individual?
No. No. Y'all should have met me 10 years ago. I was a nice person. And now I'm like, you fucked up and I'm going to tell you.
We all make bad decisions.
You're welcome.
Yeah, so it's okay. We all make bad decisions. There's still time to get out, Johnson. Right?
No, there's not.
It's too late.
He's worse than all of us.
There's still time to get out, Johnson.
He's like, we both have an understanding of like, oh, let me like gently say this person. Sometimes Johnson's just like, we're like, they're like a brand new person be like, is this it? He goes, no. He says it with a smile, but no.
I do that.
Yeah,
it's all right.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't say you suck.
No, he's
that's like Juan. Oh, you suck.
I mean, we have an understanding. Like, you do suck. You just showed up here. You cannot come in here and tell me that you don't suck. So
I say it like I'd be like, oh, don't worry, you're day one. You'll get there.
Yeah.
It's like,
I tell him like, there's new and then there's bad and then there's a difference. And he's like, no, you suck.
New and bad.
Yeah.
Why would I hand them a pack like?
But then we talked about like when you get the new person in, because like we let our new people spar right away, and they're like, okay, not right away, but like you know when they can actually do a little bit.
Yeah.
And so you get them in clinch and you just push their head straight down. You're like, what do I do? Like, well, okay, maybe now you're bad.
There's a line, right?
Yeah.
Like, retention is a real thing.
Yes.
You know, owning a business, right? Retention is a real thing, right?
Ooh,
so top down is important, right? So making sure that I'm not overstepping so that other people that are interfacing or interacting with people also don't overstep, right? So, you know, like it's a fun scenario.
He lost his camera.
Who
the
lost
battery.
His camera? Oh, so
Overheated.
So it's you know, it's like you're doing that, but it's not in a way that makes the other person go like.
Like, I'm not that negative when I state it. It's more of like a happier. I'm still smiling. I'm letting you know you suck.
Your energy is positive. Your message is.
He's always so nice about it. Like, he can tell someone that, and he's like, that was terrible to their face, and they're like, like they love it.
I haven't heard it. I'm like, well, no, that's not how you do it. But let me show you how you do it.
Let's try that again.
It's like another way of saying that to them in a positive spin, even though you ever heard of like a shit sandwich, a negative switch sandwich?
Compliment sandwich.
Compliment sandwich, yeah. It's kind of like that, you know. So where it's like, hey, this is, but here you suck, but this is why.
I see that. I did the one the other day where it's like, dude doesn't know how to like step past his opponent and throw the kick. So I let him just kind of do the movement. I just walk past him like I'm walking to the store. It just makes the whole class laugh and stuff. But it's like, okay, like, But finding that. Now I had a quick question is, do you guys have any kids programs?
We are working on something.
Okay, because so I don't have anything to do with the kids program.
Yeah.
Well, a little bit, but I don't coach it. You said retention. That is one of the bigger ones. Like the kids and hobbyists, they pay the bills.
Yeah, they do.
And there's a lot of kids there. Kids contracts are cheaper a little bit. but man, is it a fucking headache.
It's a work. Yeah, it's a lot of work.
So
I loved
here's
it. For the 2 days I did it.
he might be the guy.
He might be the
guy.
There are people built for it.
And I would be built for it if I didn't run it like a drill sergeant at first, because I'm gonna be like, oh no, you're mouthing off. You're doing planks in push-up position silent.
There are people that are built for it.
So,
And I'll make them do that, but still make it a fun time.
And that's what I would do, but I can't do it without complete autonomy.
Yeah,
You gotta challenge that kid, the kid inside.
That's true. You're right. And it's some people have that ability, right? So,
well, and catering to a large group of kids to keep the numbers up somewhat, or keep the doors open essentially some ways. There's a lot of sacrifice that goes into that I see, because like a lot of the kids class, like the parents treat it like a daycare in a lot of ways, especially if that's kind of allowed. So if the parents are in the room in the facility at the same time, you get to kind of see how they're like, even though they're not present or doing anything, whatever, they get to see it. And then I always say the conversation on the drive home is so important. Because think about a parent being like, I don't really like your coach or this, or I saw this, and it's like pointing out any sort of negativity or pointing out positivity like that. Even just asking what their theory is or what their experience is very important. So when I see like a lot of the students treating it as like a daycare, like, oh no, it's just playground time. I'm like, I always think of what other aspects are they allowed to have that same kind of playtime? Like, are they just like this at home? Or is this where it's like, is the conversation like, I don't care what you do when you're there. You know what I mean? Because on some level, the discipline's not there on the back end. And if it's up to your coach to provide that discipline, because it's like, oh, hey, now they're your kid, I'm going to have a lot of discipline to but then there's kids that don't necessarily need that much discipline, or are natural kind of leaders and stuff, and you get to kind of see all aspects of that from a young life. But man, when there's 30 or 40 of them in there running around, or when it's like class is over and my class starts right away, and they're doing this, and I'm like, off the mat, you gotta be quiet and stuff, and they're doing jumping jacks, and like they're gonna get kicked or get punched or something, and I'm like, get your kid off the mat. Like, this is why I don't teach kids class. But then if I did, it'd be way different. Parents wouldn't like it, or they would.
I mean, there's so many different ways you can go, right? Like, I envy that stuff. Like the gyms that have like large kids programs, and they're able to grow these kids up through their training like regimen and stuff like that. That's a special type of like commitment.
It definitely is.
That is difficult to do, man. So
that having kids involved in martial arts for a long time from a young age,
I think that's
well, I think it's so important.
It's so good.
It's a challenge,
Like I started when I was 26. I can imagine if I was like way younger.
Right. We stumbled into it like at an older age, right? Imagine if like you were like, hey, let me start doing this at 7.
But now, think about the options compared to when we were all kids compared to now. The options are everywhere for kids.
Limitless now.
Man, you can go to almost any school and at least get a baseline, as long as it's not like do your research, do your diligence, make sure your gym's not a hole in the wall. But almost all gyms now, like those get weeded out too.
For sure,
especially with like how much of a community has come up, how many other schools are kind of interrelated, higher level competition. Like there's not a lot of space for bad schools, bad instructors, and they get pushed out. Like even on Instagram, like the good ones still get shit on. Like I did Koi Fish Prophet, Matt Ian, he came, like I met him at the cultural event. And he says the same thing. He's like, I've been doing videos for a long time. It's like every single one, you'll just get somebody that shits on it. Always. And it's like, it doesn't matter how good you are. Be like Sanchai and be like, oh,
keep your hands up.
Cartwheel kicks are illegal.
They don't work.
They're not going to work.
You're never going to hit anyone with that.
That's
everybody's
right there.
But I'm saying, like,
that's true.
Everybody's got an opinion. It's not always valid, but those ones that have those invalid opinions, I think that they're just not in the space. Their space is Instagram.
Well, that's why you're taking a big leap doing this, right? Because
Thank you.
there's a lot of the amount of people that have or feel like they have something to say that's tangible to your struggle it's got to be insane, and you have to like filter so much
Me?
to continue doing
Almost
it.
none.
Yeah, so
I've almost had almost no negative feedback so far. It'll come.
I hope
It'll
it stays
come.
that way for a long time.
I mean, some people have. They're
Yeah.
but it's like it's just little dumb shit. Like it'll
It
be
is,
like my
yeah.
buddy, that like he's just like, this is what this means instead of that. I'm like, okay, bro. Like, that's what you're worried about. Like I didn't even realize I said that, but
You even being able to put yourself into this space.
Yeah.
Where, like.
Thank you.
That's pretty ballsy, man. So that's pretty cool.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
It's interesting, and I appreciate you guys coming on because there are a lot of people, and I say that just because we're fighters or in the combat sports doesn't mean that people aren't vulnerable. And you see a lot of vulnerability from people that come in. They're trying to discipline themselves. They're trying to, and that's usually what I kind of find more and more people truly trying to get from this. And there's a lot of people that don't want to come on as guests because they're still very vulnerable like that. Not even vulnerable, just like they just like
makes
how I
sense.
felt. Like I didn't want to be on camera, and it took so many hours of doing the podcast before I was even comfortable watching myself and editing the videos.
Editing
I'm
yourself
like,
and like
so cringy. Like shut up, Zach. Shut up, Zach. And I'd be like, fast forward. All right, they're talking. So it was just hard though. But then as soon as the feedback would come and the fact that you basically got to do the work, whether you like it or not, I used to record myself sparring and record myself kicking the bag. Like, damn, my technique is shit. And so it's like, well, just got to keep working.
Gotta keep working.
It's just the same aspect.
We're our own worst critics, right?
Yep.
So
And to the point where like you think about like, oh, I remember when I did this, and they're like, do you remember when I did this? I'm like, no. I remember when I did it. Do you remember when I did it? Like, no. I'm like, all right, okay, I'm more comfortable. But anything you guys want to say? We're almost 2 hours in.
anything?
No, I think we covered a lot.
Yeah. Check out Soy City Muay Thai
City Muay
podcast.
Thai. 10
what's
kicks.
up. All right, that's
10
what's
kicks.
up. Got fights coming up. Got fights coming up. Got fights coming up. Everyone's busy, so if you have some time, drop him a like.
Same.
Yeah.
Subscribe to his shit.
I don't even think you guys' page follows me back. We're gonna have to fix that. I don't know who.
Which one?
The 10 Kicks page, but he said it's your buddy running the media.
Yeah, we'll fix that.
We'll fix it. We'll fix it.
Yeah, we'll fix
Because
it.
I tagged. So, any shout outs you guys want to give before shut down? Shout outs to the gym, people you know.
You gotta go first.
No, I
sponsors.
got none. Yeah.
Well, I got a couple. If you guys are in Seattle, definitely check out the gym, 10 Kicks Gym over on 1311 Stowaway Avenue.
Two owners are like,
On top of that, come check out my class on
suck.
Saturdays
Yeah,
and Mondays.
we do.
And ultimately, we've been talking about the kids program.
Yes.
Summertime's almost over, but school is starting. So check out our website and come and check out the great program.
This is why we brought him.
I do love kids. She loves kids. And just a reminder as well, first Sunday of the month, women's
self-defense. Yeah, free.
That's
Free
a
women's
good one,
self-defense. 12 to 2 first Sunday of the month every month.
And that's important to provide a safe environment for women because, no disrespect to guys, but I would never trust a guy running a women's self-defense program.
It's tough. Yeah. Yeah.
Like there are plenty of women in the combat sports space and know how to defend themselves. Seek out the women. Go to these things. Be safe.
Educate yourself. That's
And
all.
if you're wanting to pursue this, there's plenty of spaces you'll go out and find your comfortability from there. But start out in a comfortable space, and thank you for providing that because that's not something that we're in a position to do at our gym without any high-level women. So.
Self-defense is what I started in, so it's being able to introduce women to it through that is it's cool. It's a nice full circle moment.
And it's another way to empower people, like the way anybody comes in, then they're looking to better themselves, and always say like, no disrespect, but like women definitely have that like the tough guy environment. I don't want to go in there.
Yeah.
So like I always talk about Juanita Nilsby. She used to be older member of our show, like 50 something, and she would stage herself right in front of the front door. So that was the first person. She would do that on purpose. Right as you walk in, you're gonna see this lady doing Muay Thai, and so like it's
it's our fault, right? We got to do better.
Well, it's not always our fault, but like
So-
the sport in itself being
We just gotta do
so
better.
aggressive, and on TV, the common man seeing that blood, fucking sweat, tears type shit. But to go into that environment and realize that these are just everyday normal people that are looking to better themselves in some sort of fashion, and they're finding that in a very primal sort of release. Because like think about how many people race home all pissed off from work, and then they don't go to the gym and hit the bag. You see the people that get the release that come in like, oh, I feel so much better, so much happier, and the people that go home and have that abusive life or have like even if it's or unhealthy life because of that. So I hate the macho man UFC fucking stuff. This is very much a humility and a humbling sport and a self-discovery sport. So thank you.
That's one of the biggest aspects about 10 Kicks or our gym itself, is that the atmosphere itself is just so light. Like you walk in, we're instantly talking shit, but in a loving way, you know.
Some
it's
more
like
than
a brother
others.
sister, whole lot here. But I mean, it definitely gives that. Like, there's not a macho man or like you're gonna come here and die with grit and like, oh no, you just come in and have some fun, learn something. If you don't learn anything, pick up on personality. I don't know. Walk out happy. So then all the other
Just
stuff
come the
in
next
life,
day. He'll pick it up.
you come in happy, go home, wake up shitty, come back again. It's a life cycle.
Well, that wake up shitty after a class, I always say that's if you wake up after your first class and you're sore, it's like, hey, you did something good. You did something that not everybody does. You know, give yourself, be proud of yourself for being sore. So
Cool. Thanks for having us on.
Thank you so
that was
much.
a great time. Thanks,
Appreciate it.
guys. Thank you.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you. That was a
Appreciate
great
it.
time.
Appreciate
It's
it.
so hot in here.
It is.
Oh yeah, perfect.